So hello everyone, welcome to my very small YouTube channel about knitting and my year-long project that was about my YNBY year. My name is Isabelle, I am in France, I have 3 sons and I have 3 cats. Some say it's related. And I'm filming these videos in English because I miss my English so very much. I used to live in the United States over 30 years ago, and I don't have any opportunity to practice my English. So you are my opportunity about once a week. And so today it's going to be an episode about my YNBY year project. Well, we are at the end of the year, we are at the end of December, and I wanted to have a look of on this project, on this year-long project, and also how I'm going to be adjusting my rules for next year, because I'm going to be continuing next year. So if that sounds good to you, please stay tuned. So first, what am I wearing? Oldies and goldies. My Galant sweater from Marie-Amélie Designs. So she's stopped designing and made all of the patterns free on Ravelry. So this one you can free download on Ravelry and have a look. It's a very beautiful sweater with a very beautiful lace, and I knit with the recommended yarn, which I almost never do. And it was during the pandemic. I ordered the yarn at the very beginning of the pandemic. I ordered the yarn from Canada. It cost me a fortune. But anyway, it's Julie Asselin. What was it? I just had a look and I just forgot. Nurtured yarn in the courte pointe colorway. Mostly a very soft green and gray base with lots of little reflects, not speckles, reflects that are blue, green, pink, yellow. I see them here better than you can see them on camera. A very beautiful yarn. And I still have a bit left, and I've been, on and on considering what I am going to be doing with that, and I have a few ideas. And my shawl is my Sotabos shawl with from 52 Weeks of Shawls by Elena Sawyer Jensa, and in Dererum Natura Ulysse in quartz. And I love the combination of the two, because this one also has little reflects. It's pink dye. The yarn is dyed on a gray base that gives a lot of depth, and the little reflects, I think, match. Both of them match beautifully. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing today. Okay. For the month of December, what did I buy? Something for 29 euros. I'm not going to say what it is, because I want most probably to insert part of that to, maybe gifts I'm gonna be sending to other people. So I'm not going to say what it is. It was about, it was 29 euros, not about 30 euros, it was 29 euros. So, okay. And of course, you've seen that in my previous video. I bought a Swift and a ball winder. So the Swift I bought from Lene Tricot, and it was 64.90 euros. It's a wooden one made by a family in Sweden, and unfortunately Lene Tricot did not have any ball winder left, so I ordered one from a company in Germany. I'm gonna write it here because I completely forgot to record and get the paper. It's somewhere, so it's not that important. I'm gonna be writing here on the screen and down below where I got it from. It's a knit Knit Pro ball winder that I bought from Germany, and with shipping and everything it was 99 euros and 4 cents. So for the month of December it's 192 euros and 94 cents that I spent, and none of that was on yarn, of course. And also I've reported on that on my previous video. I received yarn from one of my lovely subscriber friends, and that, you know, we met through YouTube and my project, and so she sent me many things, a nice book about Isaiah, yarn story and patterns from Marianne Isaiah. She wrote the book, and yarn from Biche et Bûche, and tape, measuring tape, and there was a nice tote bag that went with it. And so of course that came into my life, but that was at no cost for me. So if I summarize the whole year, and both all mixed up, yarn, patterns, objects, and so that's 1,518 euros and 46 cents. That's about 126 euros and 54 cents per month. If I subtract, I don't know if I should include it or not, because I had said I was going to buy that. And if I subtract the ball winder and the Swift from that total, it's 1,354 euros and 52 cents. So that's 112 euros and 88 cents per month. I don't know if I should subtract it or not, because I did buy that, but it was the result of my project. So I don't know. Anyway, it's between 110 and 130 euros per month that I spent this year. So it's far less than last year, where I had spent something like 3,000 euros or something in my expenses for yarn and things around knitting. And of course I had bought needles and stuff. That's expensive, but anyway. And what, you know, threw me over the fence was a last big order of yarn without any purpose. So what did I learn from this year-long project? First, what I learned is that yarn has come into my life, other than me buying it. My kids have bought me yarn for my birthday, for other occasions, and some of you have sent yarn my way. The consequence, and I bought yarn this summer, and I bought yarn when I was in person in an event, or when I was in a store or at a booth or in an event. I was allowing myself to buy yarn in that way, and I have not ordered yarn at all, but to complete the fade of my sorrel, because one of the colors was not fitting. So in that respect, I think the project was successful. I did not have to twist any of my regulations that I had, and I'm going to be attaching them, the video where I talked about my regulations. I did not have to twist any of that. Did I miss out? Most certainly. And even though now that I know that, for example, air guitar is from La YNBY is not in her she's not offering it anymore, or at least last time I checked. I will check and say down below again if it's the case, if she's offering it or not. But did I miss out? A little bit. But when I look, and I reorganized my stash, as I had knit for my stash this year, and when I look at all the yarn I still have at the end of the year, all the beautiful projects I still have to be knitting, I realized that there is not such thing as missing out, unless it's for items that are going to be going out of stock and I know I'm going to be missing. So that doesn't really apply to yarn, because even though yarn come and go and some are one of a kind, there is so many replacements that you can find, or substitutions, that are going to bring you as much joy and happiness as the original one, that I'm not too much concerned about missing out on yarn. What I'm more concerned about is missing out on books. And I think one of the adjustments I'm going to be making is allowing myself to buy books that I know that are going to be out of stock pretty quickly, that may not come back, and that I will miss, because some books do not have online patterns, do not sell the same patterns online, and yeah, you miss. It's a one shot, or maybe they have one edition, an additional edition, but it's mostly a one shot, and if you don't catch the book at that time, you won't have it. And even though, for example, Stephen West Painting Shawl book came back once, and now the patterns you can buy on Ravelry individually, I would miss the book if I had not bought it, because I just like to have it, browse through the book at some point. Sometimes I browse through my books very often, and it offers me daydream time, and that's quality time for me, and joy and happiness for me. So one of the adjustments I'm going to be making is allowing myself to buy books when I know they are going to be out of stock, or when I fear, so fear of missing out. I fear they are going to be going out of stock and I will miss them. What I'm not going to be allowing myself any longer is to buy online patterns. Maybe one little adjustment for that. Online patterns, and especially if they are on Ravelry, you can buy anytime. And if at some point I want to cast on a project from an online pattern that is on Ravelry, I just buy it at that moment. The one maybe little adjustment I can make is that if a designer has an offer and I want to support them and there is a discount and I have several of her or their patterns in my library, or one in my, not in my library, in my wish list, or in my favorites, yeah, maybe if I want to support them, I can buy the pattern that way. But for patterns, even if they are 10 euros, if you have 25% off, it's 2.5 euros. What will the difference be at the end of the year, where I spent 1,500 euros? What's 2 euros at the end of this year? Nothing. So I will have to double think and triple think before buying online patterns that I'm not casting on right away. And I will have to have good reasons to be doing that, because these patterns are going to be available every time all the time, unless Ravelry collapses down. If Ravelry collapses down, we will have bigger problems. So yeah, no more patterns or books that I can buy at some other time when I cast on. If the book I want to have to browse through and have as a companion, yeah, even if the book I can buy at some other time, yeah, why not? Because it's giving me quality time in the meantime. But online patterns, they're just sitting there. And if I browse through my Ravelry queue that I curated at some point, not long time ago, a week or a couple days ago, I still have 3 Ravelry pages of queue, and I bought patterns that I wanted to make on the spot, and I haven't casted on this project. Brett by Rastus Sue. I bought the pattern when it came out. When did it come out? When did you come out? You came out, Brett pattern, you came out in December 2021, a year ago. I bought it when it came out. I haven't cast it on. Any Day Vest by Lily Kate, France, I haven't cast it on. All the Sari Nordland patterns I bought when she was having her advent a year ago, I haven't casted on any of them. Rococo, I have more. Where are you? Somewhere. So I also have the Celeste Tea, Poetria, Marzipan, and I think I have the Poet also, and maybe other ones that are not on this page. None of them I've cast on. None of them. I have many patterns from Hintermstein, Cozy X, Step Up, and several others. Same thing, I guess she had an offer at some point or for her birthday or something. I did not cast on. I have the Hide and Peek by Maxime Cyr. I bought it last year when he had his birthday operation. I did not cast on. Hemsworth by Isabel Kramer. I will cast on at some point because I haven't assigned a yarn to it. But anyway, I got it also last year. I'm not sure when or in what circumstance. I guess she also had an operation for her birthday or something. Avenar by Jennifer Steingas. I bought last year when it came out. I still have the yarn and I still have to cast it on. And I can go on and on and on. And that was only my first page. And all the Rachel Islay's patterns that I have, she also had some kind of operation when Orbits came out or something. I do not recall. So I have Orbits, I have Celarium. I know I have other ones. Sculpt, Fine Line, Petrichor, Nomad, Tea. They are still waiting for me to give them some attention. Natasha Hornsby, beautiful patterns. I know I'm going to cast them on at some point. Luna Eshol, Corby's Sweater, Miu, Mar, Yara. All of these are in my queue. All of these are in my Ravelry library. All of these are as PDF on my computer, and they just sit there. Olga Boraya Kefelian. I've made one pattern from the ones I got at the time, also last year, also when she had an operation. I have Plus, I have Kune Kune, I have Aramichol, yeah, and Hintermstein. In addition to the one that I had said, I have the Ripple Jacket, Summerlock. I guess I could go on and on and on. Kutarti by Sari Nordland, Verkert Puli by Merit Britzberger, Fields of Gold. When I saw the pattern when it came out, so when did you came out? When did you come out, sorry, Fields of Gold? August 2022. I bought it in August when it came out. I have yarn in my head for that project. Same, still in my queue, still in my Ravelry library, still on my computer as a PDF file. And etc. etc. What am I going to talk about patterns? So I have Rainfall Tea by Merit Britzberger, and also my last acquisition when Stephen West was having his birthday operation. I got 4 patterns. Same. Sulfur, Dustland, Armored, Battered, yeah, still there. Camille Avad, another particular, I got the Esther and Agnes jumper because I want to cast on with some of my mohair, and I wanted to read through the patterns to see which one which pattern I will use. Still waiting for me. In terms time, the Magic Dots t-shirt. I need the shawl, perfect. I will need the t-shirt, I know, but it's still waiting for me. And I have Ripple from Olga and the Rainforest Canopy shawl that I'm going to be casting on. It's going to be either my Christmas or my New Year's custom. All of these patterns, did I need to buy? No, they are online patterns. I could assign, I could make a queue with patterns that I do not own. Do I need to make a queue with patterns that I do own when I can have them, when I have them available anytime I'm ready to cast them on? That's my question. So, this is the one adjustment I'm going to be making, is try to not buy the patterns unless I am ready to cast on. Of course, if this is an online pattern that I will have access to whenever I am ready. If this is a pattern I need to buy from a book or something, and I may not be able to buy the book once I'm ready to cast on, yeah, I can buy the book. If, like, even the worsted book from La YNBY, the patterns are now available individually online. Stephen West books, the same, there are other ones. I think in that case, as books go out of stock and I like to have them, I will allow myself to buy the book, but not buying patterns that I still will have access to whenever I'm ready to cast on. So that's the one change I'm going to be making. Something that is going to be staying the same is I will allow myself to buy souvenir yarn or yarn for other people when I'm somewhere present in a shop or a meal or an event, and yeah, I will be able, I allow myself to buy yarn in that situation. No, I will continue not to buy any online yarn unless it's maybe for other people or to complete a project and I'm missing some of the yarn and I need to couple more skeins or something to finish or to complete my project before I cast on. Yeah, in that case I will be able to place an online order, but otherwise no online order. And I think, it's simple rules, that simple guidelines that I'm able to stay within and that are quite reassuring, because if I know I'm within these rules, I know that I can get what I will miss if it goes out of stock or order or something. And I will know that I can get what I need whenever I'm ready to start a project, whether it be yarn or the pattern. And other than that, I'm free, because one thing I realized is one, we are pressured by the social environment, the online social environment, all the avalanche of new patterns. People are very, very creative, and you have always new and new and new. And we get buried under the new. And what is new today, and it won't be new at the end of the year. And the patterns I got last year, because they were new, because I was ready to cast on that one day, they are not new anymore. I haven't cast them on. So yeah, we need to distance ourselves from the new. And for example, the archetype of that is the fields of gold. I will cast it on, but if I have it in my queue and I buy it whenever I'm ready, good. And as long as I don't cast it on, or I'm not ready to cast on, I don't need it to physically have the PDF file, unless I want to have a look at it. But yeah, so one thing that I learned during that year is that I was quite pressured by the new. The same way last year when I started the project is because I was quite pressured by, this company is having a sale and I need to buy all the skins before somewhere else, and I need to have all the colors, and no, I do not. I learned that. What I learned this year, is that I don't need the new. The new is happening every day, every week. And every day, every week, we have a new thing to focus on. We have a new beautiful project that we see other people are knitting. And we have a new project that, it's popping in our head and capturing our attention. But if I respond to that, 1 year later, it's still in my queue. So what I've learned is yarn come my way, or yarn has come my way this year, maybe not next year. And I haven't knit a lot from my stash. I have knit a lot from my mother's stash because I knit a lot of presents, and I really wanted to knit with carefree presents. People can throw them in the washing machine and without thinking they are going to be ruining. So yeah, I've knit a lot from my mother's stash. Did I knit from the Halls garn, the whole huge haul I made last year? Not 1 centimeter of the yarn. So did I manage to cast on any of my beautiful mohair? No. So I want to use that yarn next year. So no more new pattern. I know yarn will come my way. Usually when my kids ask me what I want for my birthday or something, or Christmas. This Christmas I did not ask for yarn, but I know I can ask them for yarn. They, made it, managed to get me yarn that I like for my birthday. So they are grown-ups. They know how to do that. 2 of you have spoiled me with a lot of extremely beautiful yarn. Yeah, I need to relax on I need to hoard the yarn. I need to have it in my hand so that I can cast whenever I want. I still have many, many beautiful projects that I can cast on whenever I want. And I'm very far from being out of yarn. I'm very far from being out of patterns. I'm very far from being out of projects that are ready to cast on right now. So yeah, these are the adjustments I'm going to be making. Did I think a lot about my rewards, so the Swift and the ball winder, during that year? No, I did not. I thought about sometime this summer when I was, I had the assurance I would complete my project and it would be successful. So I had a look around last summer, and I had a look on Etsy, and there were very beautiful ones from Eastern Europe. And when I looked again at mid-December or at the beginning of December, I realized that on Etsy there were a lot of Swifts and ball winders, all of them from India. Even though the seller was in Europe, it was labeled as made in India. So I was kind of, I want something from France, and if not from France, from Europe, because I want to save on my carbon footprint. So this is why I bought one from France, but that was made in Sweden for the Swift, and one from a seller in Germany for the ball winder. And what I'm going to be doing, because it wasn't something that I thought a lot. No, I did not think about my reward, but I was very happy when I did order that, because I was thinking, yeah, I've been good, and I followed my guidelines, and I deserve what I have said in my guidelines. So for next year, there is something that I've been thinking I will be getting at the end of next year, if this project once again is successful for me, is either a little needle sets from Chiagu, because it's really a pain to knit sleeves or short circumference objects with longer needles. My needles are 12 centimeters. It's too big, and yeah, either the Chiagu, both the small sets that they have, shorties that they have for all the needle sizes, or nice DPNs, because I'm not quite sure, but I think I like DPNs better. And I have a cheapo set, and the diameter is not reliable. So I will, look around for nice DPNs, and either the same as I'm using for my interchangeable needle sets from Haya, the Haya shops. I haven't looked at all if they have DPNs or not. Or get another needle set, interchangeable needle set with the matching DPNs, so that I know that the diameter of the needles are the same if I use the interchangeable needle set for the body and the DPNs for the arms of a sweater. Of course, when I'm knitting a mitten or, tube or something, my own DPNs are fine, because the diameter is consistent on the whole project. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. And I hope that my project is of some inspiration to you. I know some of you have told me that they were very inspired by this project, and some of you have are doing the same. And maybe I'm not sure if we can have YNBY year 2023 along. I'm not sure if this we could start a hashtag, and we can follow each other on Instagram, for example. It's where most of the things happen. I've made a Mastodon account, so we'll see how this goes, and if I do use it, I will tell you where I am. And yes, I do hope this project was of some interest to you, that you may take some or part of it or the whole thing and into your life, and that you know, most of it did, my adventures did bring you joy and happiness and good quality time when you were on YouTube. And yeah, I thank you very much for watching, for being with me for this whole project, and I'm really looking forward to being with you for another year. So this video is mostly going to be out on around the end of December or early January. I don't know, I'm not quite sure. So I really hope you have a very nice year. I wish you a fantastic year, and that even if your year is not fantastic, you can find these little sparks of joy and happiness that are going to be lighting up your day. So thank you very much, and I will see you next time.